What's going on, guys? It is Josh from Sportsminded, and I am here today with some of my buddies who are here to talk about the NFL and other things going on in the sports world, i.e., UFC 203. We'll get to that later. Anyways, we have Chris, we have Ariana, we have Brian, we have Dominic, we have Cole, and we have Zach. I'm not sure if Dominic, Cole, and Zach are active right now, but they're in this chat in case they ever want to show up. So our first order of business is, well, it's Sunday, and that can only mean one thing. The NFL is finally back. Chris, Chris, your team won today. What what was your what do you have to say about your team's W against the New York Jets? All right, and Brian, what's your team again? I forgot. Oh yeah, did how did that feel? You guys played the Raiders. Oh, that's. I mean, that was honestly probably one of the most exciting games of the first. It was because I mean, well, Derek Carr just went ridiculous, and yeah. All right. Never doing that. uh. All right. Anyways, we got um the Lions game is on now, so I'm pretty hype about that. I'm monitoring it on my phone right now. I know. I'm pretty hype. Theo Riddick ran it in for a touchdown earlier, so it's a good sign because he didn't produce at all last year. Yeah, Theo Riddick ran it in. Yeah, he deserves it. He finally can step up. Finally steps up. Um, so pretty much, we've been monitoring some the football games going on all day. Um, I'll be on later to talk about the rest of the football day, but at the same time, we're here to talk about what happened last night at UFC 203 between Mickey Gall and CM Punk. Um, we're here to talk about what happened and give our thoughts on what most people would agree was a lackluster pay per view. Um, feel free if you guys if I'm talking too much, feel free to just butt in, guys. Honestly. Oh, Chris. Uh, I mean, honestly, overall, my opinion on the pay per view was it wasn't honestly the best UFC pay per view I've seen. Um, I mean, obviously, I was disappointed by the Punk result. I mean, Miocic just destroyed. And I mean, I just feel like we were left with questions after the show, and for me, I felt like I needed more, not just the Punk fight, but from every other fight, especially the Uriah Faber versus Jimmy Rivera fight. like that was pretty intense, in my opinion. The whole poking the eye and Twitter even blew up after that, calling it. I mean, I kind of expected that from Faber in a way. That was, I mean, honestly, it was pretty cool to just see something you don't really. Let's go. Eh. Give it to Amir Abdullah. Fantasy points, please. Yes! Yes! Go on. It works. It works now. I just found out that I could actually add Will Fuller to my team. So I could have the trio of Brock Osweiler, DeAndre Hopkins, and Will Fuller. Will Fuller. How? I mean, you don't know. The Texans might actually have a good season this year. I could see that. Um, I mean, I hope that Brock Osweiler has a good season, has a good first season with Houston. Um, Obviously, last year being the backup behind the one and only Peyton Manning. Um, yeah, I I totally agree with that. I feel like it gives like a backup quarterback like a Brock Osweiler when he was in Denver, like that mindset of it's like, okay, I know what I have to do like in certain situations. It's like that veteran influence, and it's really like it's crucial for like a young quarterback to or like a young player in general to have that at such a early stage in their career, and it kind of betters them as their career progresses. Obviously, there are some cases where the that does not happen, and the veteran intelligence basically gets to the head of the young player, and the young player pretty much just goes on and does whatever. But um, but I'd say 3/4 of the time, um, if not like 90% of the time, it's the veteran intelligence is so crucial to the development of a young player like a Brock Osweiler or like a Melvin Gordon or like a um, TJ Yeldon or Amari Cooper or Derek Carr or just a veteran presence on a team is so crucial. Um, this is what you came here, what you wanted to do. I mean, it's not like it's a Johnny Manziel situation where the guy was pretty much a basket case and was it basically a walking insurance policy for the Cleveland Browns. It like he was a liability, and he didn't have a veteran influence on that team because that team was pretty much stricken with guys who were either suspended or injured from. And I mean, Josh Gordon, obviously, you know what happens with him, and he got suspended, and all this other shit, and all this other stuff happens. So, in that sense, um, it hurt a bright young talent like Johnny Football, and pretty much Johnny Football never really got um, up and running. Totally agree with that. I actually was not thinking of Jamarcus Russell. I was actually thinking of well, he had like a bad start to his career, but wait, was it Tyrod Taylor? No, it wasn't Tyrod Taylor, was it? Who? No, it's Jamarcus Russell. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Jamarcus Russell. Jamarcus Russell was a great player in college, and then translated to the big league, to the NFL, and it was just like, oh great, like he's just another reject because he had all this potential, and then one bad move and it all goes down the drain like that. And it's a shame because these guys put in their life, like put in so much time just to get to where they are, and then to have it be ruined by some stupid influence or a stupid event that occurred, whether it was their fault, whether it wasn't their fault. Honestly, I have to feel for like the young guys, but I mean, it just goes to show how important that kind of an influence is um, on players. Um, yeah. So actually, we're gonna get to some questions now. Um, and one of the questions I actually was given to me yesterday on my Facebook page, which I'll link down, the Facebook page for Sports Minded, which I'll link down below, and my Twitter as well, where all you guys can submit your questions. One of the questions was, "What are my picks for the Super Bowl?" Honestly, if I made a decision for the Super Bowl, I would say it would be, as much as it pains me to say, I would say it would be the Seattle Seahawks versus um, I would say once Brady comes back, he'll be a beast. I'm gonna say Seattle Seahawks versus New England Patriots. Um, I don't really see anybody coming out of the NFC otherwise, or AFC, other than those two teams, because honestly, Brady's gonna come back more fueled than ever. He's gonna finally he's gonna stick it to the NFL and say, you know what, I'm back. I'm the old Tom Brady, and I'm a legend, and I'm gonna win another Super Bowl. And then I'm probably gonna ride off into the sunset like the legend I am. Or I mean, I can also go with my fantasy pick, Russell Wilson, and pretty much have him witness an MVP season from him. I mean, he has the material to have he has an MVP caliber stuff. Um, and yeah, so Chris, who are your picks to win the Super Bowl? Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's well, apparently, Chris, I think just cut out. But that's going to be all for this episode. My name is Josh Steinberg, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Sportsminded.